don't claim to be the smartest motherfucker in the world, but I'm just Cheeseburger, old country motherfucker, redneck. Used to be a construction worker until I broke my back. Now I'm just a philosopher and hellraiser. But, I talked in the Bible in my last little episode there, about how the snake was telling the truth and how God's son fucked the daughters of earth and there was big giants and then there was a flood. Well, after the flood and whatnot, then there was Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot. God's chosen holy guy. What's Lot do in that story? I don't know it word for word, but Lot, when them angels come up into town there, after they noticed these strangers rolled up in town, they knock on Lot's door and they said, "Hey, let us know you're these strangers, whatever." What's Lot do? This righteous man of God. He said, "No. Here's my virgin daughters. Have them." Now, these motherfuckers were supposedly the nastiest, rapingest motherfuckers on the planet. And this chosen dude of God give his virgin daughters up to these motherfuckers. Now, they don't rape them, but he give them up. And, the angels did that Superman move and throwed some bright light on them and whatnot. But as they're running away from impending doom to Sodom and Gomorrah, the angel looked at him and said, "Don't look back, you'll turn to dust," or whatever. Biggest light show on the fucking planet, and his old lady turns around, pillar of salt. They run on to the mountains, hide out from the people. I don't really explain that. But it goes on through there. Why the bitch got turned to a pillar of salt for looking at the biggest light show like fireworks, I don't know. But that's God. Supposedly, according to Christians, he's got the best morals. This Lot dude, his daughters, was up in the cave with him and got worried for some reason, even though supposedly there was a city down from them that didn't get destroyed. And this hellfire and brimstone, supposedly, the Christians talk about, that destroyed their second time or whatever. And these girls, well, actually the first one, the oldest daughter, come up with this idea, "Hey, let's fuck daddy so we can carry on the line." Craziest fucking thing in the world. Let's fuck daddy so we carry on the line. So they get him drunk on wine, and I don't know about anybody else, but before I got crippled, I'll tell you this right now, it took a hell of a lot of liquor for me I can't say this. If I was so drunk I didn't know what was happening, my dick wasn't getting hard. I'll just say that. So the bastard must have been lying. All I gotta say is because the next morning he's like, "Well, I didn't know what happened, whatever." Then her younger sister's like, "Well, I want the same thing." They supposedly did the same thing. He said, "Well, I don't know what happened. I was so drunk." Fucked her, but he didn't know what happened. Yeah, kiss my ass. But that's God's chosen hand right there, He's supposed to be the best one, and seems pretty sick bastard, Just like everything else we know about God's sick motherfucker. We go on past that a little ways, I don't know how far. We get on this Tower of Babylon. We've all heard of it. I believe the actual king or whatever fucking was over there was Nimrod or some shit like that. I don't know. But I know what the Bible says. It says that they was the people of the earth got together and was putting clay fucking shit together and building up this here tire to heaven or whatever. And God got pissed off and cast them all down and cast their languages up so they know what was happening. It was like speaking in tongues or something. You go ahead. Now, I know from modern technology, steel and iron construction, skeletons and whatnot, I've been up about almost 700 something foot off the ground. Much higher than they could have went back then. However, a couple thousand years ago, way higher than they went back yonder. I've been higher than the pyramids are, and the Great Pyramid was the highest thing for, like, I forget how many thousand years. So, and we've put fucking shit into space, from Sputnik, from Gemini to Apollo to the goddamn shuttles. None of that shit. Well, I mean, we had some accidents, but I mean, other than just, I mean, for the I guess, the magnitude of what was going on, you're shooting something off the planet of the Earth into the fucking space, however, 20 plus 30 miles up in the fucking air or whatever it is, into space. I can't remember. I don't know all that, exactly, but it's a long way. That shit can go wrong. I mean, goddamn, we drive up the road. Hell, I was on an interstate that goes into Canada, major third, I mean, there's, telling how many people go through that motherfucker. I was crippled on it. I don't know what the stats are, but I bet it ain't that many. More people freeze to death up there and get trapped in their cars. But it don't make no sense. And then we can go to, the father of all the religions of that region, the Jewish, or the Christian, and the Muslim, Abraham story. The most fucked up story in the whole Bible. Well, I can't say the most fucked up. Just one of the fucked up stories of the Bible. We got Abraham. Gets this fucking message from God to take his son that he'd waited for all these years from his old lady to have his kid with. Now, I think he had some with his handmaids or some shit, maybe not. I don't know. Those other motherfuckers, it's kind of hard to keep up with that shit in the Bible. But he was going to have, I think, Isaac or something like that. But he was going to have his son. And God said, no, well, look here. To show your faith to me, and this is the way it's taught, I think, most Christians and churches, show your faith to me, you need to sacrifice your son. Well, that's not right. And, he kind of argued, and God's like, no, you got to do this. So he loads up his son, supposedly I think if you read the story, it's been a while, but I think if you read the story, he's around 12, 13-year-old boy. And he loads up the boy and some slaves and a donkey or so or whatever and the shit for the sacrifice other than the sacrifice. I think he loads up the shit to build the altar, but not, Well, they get to the, as they're going up through there at some point in that story, I believe the son asked his daddy, he's like, well, what's going on here? Where's the goat or whatever? He's like, well, we gotta provide, we've heard that shit before. And then, they get on up in there, and he gets to the foot of the mountain where they're going to make the altar there, and he tells the slave to watch the donkeys. That should have been a sign right there. That boy, if I was him, I'd have run like shit. Well, I guess he was more trusting than I was, because he followed his daddy on top of that hill there with the rocks, and they built the altar. And this boy knowed there's something supposed to go on this son of a bitch, because he done asked his daddy back there on the trail, where was the sacrifice, or the, offering. And he said it'd be here when we got here, and that boy looking around, he don't see shit. He seen the rocks to build the son of a bitch, and he's thinking in his mind, wait, this thing's right, and probably, he probably, knowing God, he probably didn't sacrifice somebody. He done killed everybody on the planet with a flood. So, and burned some motherfuckers up, saved the motherfucker that fucked his daughters. And so this boy's probably thinking about this shit, and then all of a sudden, his dad rears, after he wrestles him down, ties him up. This 14-year-old boy, you gotta think, I was 14 years old, I fight like shit, and this boy probably had to have the shit beat out of him before he's tied up. So he gets tied up, Daddy got him, throws him up on this altar. The way it describes in the Bible, he draws back, and he's going for the neck, which is a kill. Any animal, right in here. You go that, you kill that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what it is. You slice the jugular, it's dead. And he drawed back to go do that, and this angel just whipped up out of nowhere and stopped him. And that was, showed his fucking faith to God and all that. And, the story goes that, that the angel said there's a ram and they sacrificed it. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I gotta think, that poor bastard, the son of his, man, had to be fucked up in the head. His daddy almost killed him with a knife. Got right to it. And almost done it. And I think that boy had some trouble through the stories. I had to read it, and we'll get back to it. But you just think about that. That's some fucked up shit right there. Dad, what are you doing? Oh, we going up here to sacrifice. Where's the offering? Oh, it'll be there when we get there. I said, now I've seen this shit before. That ain't how it goes. We usually got like animals and a lot of them. Animals. Who's the sacrifice kid? I'm not sure. But hey, cheeseburger. Till next time. Bye.